Hello, my name is Melody and welcome back to Strawberry Lemon, and today I have another TBR video for you, and it's only one readathon this time. I'm trying to keep it short, especially when school is starting, but I'm going to be participating in September Becca's Bookathon, and look at this, it is the cutest thing ever. And yeah, for those of you who don't know, Becca's Bookathon is hosted and created by Becca and the Books. I'll link her channel and the readathon announcement down below. And this is kind of based off of her monthly TBR game, which is Becca's Bookopoly. And it's basically Monopoly, but all the property spaces are different book prompts and things like that. And yeah, I'm so excited. I chose to only do 5 rolls, so that is 5 books, and the only rules is that you have to start on the go space, and that if you roll a double, you have to read an extra book. So you have to roll again and keep going. And yeah, so we get little chance cards, which are so cute. And then we also get little community shelf cards. Yeah, I also have this little porcupine that I'm gonna be moving around the board. And for my chance and community shelf cards, half of the prompts are books and prompts that I want, and half of the prompts are books and prompts that I kind of don't really want to do right now. If you're curious about what the prompts are, I'll put a clip in the end. And yeah, let's get started. Bye! Okay, so I shuffled my chance cards and my community shelf cards, but I'll give it one extra little shuffle in case people don't believe me. I saw that prompt. Okay, and then I'll shuffle the community shelf cards. I'm really bad at shuffling, if you can't tell, especially since these are so small. And I don't have any dice at home at all, not even one. So I am just going to use an online simulator, and I'm gonna have this little porcupine. So our first roll is 11. Okay, so we got, ooh, disability wrap. So for my first roll, I landed on the disability wrap property space, which means I have to read a book featuring a main character with a disability or a chronic illness. And for this, I am going to be reading The Boy Who Steals Houses by C.G. Drews, which is a Own Voices book for autism and anxiety. So this follows 2 brothers, and the younger brother has anxiety and the older brother has autism. And they kind of ran away from home, and they live by breaking into other people's empty houses and just living there and making it their own house until the family comes back. And this is when Sam, the younger brother, breaks into a house, and he actually gets caught when the family gets back. But this family is really chaotic and big and everything, so everybody just treats him like family because each of the family members believes that Sam is a friend of one of the children in the house or one of their siblings or whatever. And yeah, so Sam just goes along with it, lives there, kind of makes a family with them. And then they of course discover his past and why he's there and how he's not a friend of all of them. And I think there's a little romance subplot kind of thing. And I'm so excited to read this. The cover is so gorgeous, and I really love things with stars, so this cover, it's just, yeah. Now on to row number 2. So we got 6. And we got, ooh, a community shelf card. Oh, please be something good. And we got read a horror novel. This is perfect. I am buddy reading a horror novel, so I am going to be reading that. Okay, I'm so excited for this prompt. So for my second roll, I landed on the community shelf place, and I'm so happy that I got this prompt. So I got the read a horror novel prompt, and I'm actually buddy reading a horror novel next month, so this fit perfectly. So I'm going to be reading Lost Boy, The True Story of Captain Hook by Christina Henry. And this is a retelling kind of Peter Pan, and I actually have never finished watching like the movie or read the full book for Peter Pan, so I'm not sure how the whole story goes, so I need to read that before I read this book. But I'm pretty sure in Peter Pan, the Lost Boys are Peter Pan's kind of gang. They're all friends, they're all free spirits, and they do whatever they want and have fun and are happy. But in this retelling, Peter Pan is probably not as great as we all think he is. I think he murders the Lost Boys. I'm not sure about that, but this follows how Peter Pan's first and favorite Lost Boy became his greatest enemy. And I don't know, that just seems so cool. And in the Goodreads description, it talks about pirates and monsters and knives, and the cover is just bloody and gory, and I'm just excited to read this. Okay, our next row, we have 3. Okay, Becca-Wreck. I actually have no idea what that space is for. I'm assuming Becca's gonna give us a recommendation, but I will get back to you on that. So for my third row, I got Becca-Wreck, which means I have to read a recommendation that was given by Becca, and there is a whole playlist of videos that we can watch to get a recommendation from. And the video that I got my recommendation from was Immersive Fantasy Worlds Book Recommendations 2020, and I'll link that down below. And the book that I'm going to be reading is the first book of the Nevermore series, The Trials of Morgan Crow, by Jessica Townsend, illustrated by Jim Madsen. And this book is about a cursed girl, and she was born on a really bad day to be born. Like, it's a really unlucky day to be born, and anything bad that happens in the city or town just gets blamed on her. And one day she kind of gets whisked away, I think, by a man named Jupiter to a magical city called Nevermore. And Jupiter enters her in kind of a contest. So she has to do 4 dangerous trials, and she's going against hundreds of other kids, and it just sounds so cool, and I hope there are a lot of illustrations. And yeah, so row number 4, we have 8. Read a sad book. Honestly, I don't know a lot of books that are sad, and I feel like if I Google that, you kind of might get spoiled to the ending of the book. But one book that I did find on my shelf is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. And oh my gosh, first, this cover is so cute. And I'm pretty sure this is a sad book. Please let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is a sad book. It follows Lou, who kind of lives a ordinary life. Nothing really like interesting or amazing has happened to her, or she hasn't done any adventurous things. And then she is working for a man named Will, who used to be so adventurous and everything, but he got into a motorcycle crash and I think is in a wheelchair now. And this story kind of follows their story and how Lou is kind of showing him that there is still things to live for in life. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's sad. When it came out, this book was really hyped, and I think there was a movie, but I just never read it or watched the movie because I wasn't really reading too much back then. But I have the book, so might as well read it. And oh my gosh, this book is so chunky. I did not realize that this book was so chunky. So wish me luck. And yeah. Okay, row number 5, our last row, we have 8. Again, okay, at least it wasn't a double. Chance, wow, we got a community shelf and a chance card. Okay, please be good. The Wrath of the Dawn, okay, I'm good with that. I was supposed to read this last month, I think. Never read it, so I will be reading it now. For my 5th row, which was also my final row, I got a chance card, and I got really lucky with my chance card and my community shelf card because I got the ones that I wanted. So for my chance card, I got The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. And I was supposed to read this like a month ago or 2 months ago, but I never got to it. So yeah, I'm going to read it now. This book is also chunky. Why are all the books kind of chunky? But this is a 1001 Nights retelling, and it follows a girl who volunteers to be the wife of the king, I think. And for some reason, every time the king marries, his bride like dies or gets killed or something. So the main girl in this, her best friend used to be his bride and she got killed off, so she wants revenge, and she survives by telling him stories, I think, and love blossoms, I'm assuming. There's a second book. He probably isn't as bad as he seems, or maybe there's something else killing them, I'm guessing. But yeah, The Wrath in the Dawn. And that is all of my roles and the books for this TBR. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to have the clips of all my chance prompts and my community shelf prompts if you're interested in watching that. But if you're not gonna watch that, I'll say bye now. I hope you liked the video. Bye! Here is my chance cards and my community shelf cards. So for chance cards, I have 5 books that I want to read and 5 books that I don't really want to read right now. And then for my community shelf cards, these are 5 prompts that I don't want to do right now and 5 prompts I do want to do right now. And you can pause the video if you want to read through all the prompts. But yeah, that is all my chance and community shelf cards. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next week. Bye!